Mindy from Quilting Mayhem here. Welcome back to another Kona block of the month. So we're up to July. We've gone past that halfway point. We're going towards the other end, which happy to see because these blocks have been a lot of fun, but I know for you guys sometimes it's a lot of work to try to stay caught up. So as always, we're beginning half square triangles. Never seems to change. So take your fabric, right sides together, have that diagonal line on either side, and then sew that 1/4 inch like that. You're going to cut it apart, trim them after you press them, and you're gonna have a whole bunch like this. You will also have some white squares and some color squares. So pick and choose what you want. And then you do have one large center square. So those are all the pieces that you're going to need to put this block together. But once again, it's just all half square triangles. So easy peasy, right? So let me switch things around and I'll show you how this looks laid out and how we are going to start putting pieces together. All right, so don't worry. I know this looks like Mayhem style, which it is, but the key to laying out is just kind of making sure you get your colors kind of how you want them. And this may not be what you would like, and that's okay. Everybody's is different. But the focus is trying to make sure that not only are you getting your colors kind of how you want them in your block, but starting to get the layouts. Now, there are going to be 2 different block layouts that we're going to create, and there will be 4 of each. So I've just kind of laid it out so that when I go to make my blocks, I potentially don't have a lot of color surprise of 2 of the same block near each other. Even though, as you can see, it's a little hard to tell, but I'm going to play with it a little bit before I start putting units together, just to make sure what colors I have don't necessarily fully clash. And remember, this is a lot of color. It's all going to blend and be happy. So don't be super worried. Don't like over analyze, like where all your yellows and your oranges. Like it's just all happy. The goal would just be not to have, 2 of the exact same block next to each other, because that's when it starts to look a little weird. Other than that, everything will turn out fine. So I'll start showing you how the first block is going to be made, and then the second one, and then we'll put it together. So I will be right back. So first we're going to work on the corners. Once again, we're working your basic 4 patch. So there's 4 squares we're putting together. Make sure these half square triangles are creating this line, because you're making one bigger triangle. All right, so you're playing here, you're playing there, half square triangles there. And of course, how you do it, sew 2 together, sew the other 2 together, make sure you pin where the join is, right here, match those up. This is why I like open flat seams, but remember, personal preference, don't come at me. If you want them one way or the other, that's great. I would just make sure that they're opposing. So if you press the top this way, you need to press the bottom that way, so they will nestle up against each other. Match your corners and then sew from corner to corner using that 1/4 inch seam. Press and you'll have that. All right, after that, we'll work on these center units. All right, next, we're doing the middle unit. So you have kind of what looks like a flying geese here, and, triangle block. I would count, mountain, triangle, whatever you want to call it. But remember, when you put it together, you want to have the one that looks like flying geese on top with the color at the bottom. And then this piece here, where it's almost like a pieced heart, a large arrow, whatever you want to call it. That's what you're doing, is you're going to put those 2 and these 2 and then match that seam again. So that 1/4 inch seam, make sure you get your beginning and ends to match up so your blocks are as square as possible. All right, so match up this corner, that corner, sew, and press open. After that, what's going to happen is we're going to start creating our big rows. We now have essentially a large 9 patch, because you now have 9 blocks that are going to be here, and start putting those together. So what will happen is you will take this one, flip it over, match that seam again, pin it, match your beginning and ends, do the 1/4 inch seam. Now, if you're a beginner, I would recommend probably just do this one, sew it, and then go put this one on do 1 row. All of you confident beginners, chain piecers, all of that, you can do each row. So I would do this, and then this one, and then this one, press, and then add that third piece. So then I would have all 3 rows, because I like chain piecing. To me, it's a little more efficient. But if you're a beginner and you don't want to mess up where your blocks go, please do 1 row at a time, and then you'll be able to put your rows together. So I'm going to go get these rows together, and then we'll show you what it looks like for that final step. All right, so we have our rows all done, ready to go. But this is why it's important to lay things out, because I had one of these turned around. So if you don't have a star in the middle, something's wrong, okay? Back it up, find where the mistake is. Then you're just going to take 1 row, match it to another, and pin at every seam where they match up. All right, so then you'll do the top row, press, then do the bottom row, and you're done. It's that easy. All right. Don't forget to match up the beginning and the end corners so this block will be as square as possible. All right. And I've said in the past, if you're super beginner and you're nervous about these matching up, pin them. Just throw a pin in them. They'll be fine. And that way they don't slide around. But you do want to make sure these corners match. So if you're not confident or they don't seem to work just doing it with your fingers, throw some pins in there. All right, be right back. All right, there we have it. Yay, so pretty. Perfect for the summer, you know, all that sunshiny colors. Hopefully yours turns out like this one. If you have any problems, as always, please reach out. You can email at info@quiltingmayhem. You can call the store. You can come, if you're local, come see me. Whatever it takes, message through Facebook, Instagram, you name it. I will gladly help you. So whatever you're struggling with, please stop struggling. Call me. We'll get you through it. I'll give you some different maybe tips and tricks of whatever you're struggling with, and we'll get you a nice pretty block. So I hope you're enjoying this sew along. Please make sure that you are liking and subscribing with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and TikTok. All of them, any of them, whichever ones you do, so that you can keep up with all our tutorials, inspirations, and what we've got going on. I hope you have a lovely day and keep on stitching.